Hi everyone, this is a lecture to introduce the course English 1302. This section is actually a winter mini, but this video is going to pertain to any online section of 1302 that I teach. I'm going to introduce some of the basic requirements of the course and the basic course structure. So what we have here is actually our course homepage on Blackboard, but I want to take you all the way back to the very first page you should go to. So hopefully you received this video in email. If not, it's also going to be posted under announcements on our Blackboard page. But the first page we look at here is the www.lsco.edu page. And the reason I take you to this page, if you can't see here's the web address. The reason I take you to this page is because there's software on here that you need to download if you haven't downloaded it yet. So you see I just clicked on Microsoft Office 365, this tab, and I'm already logged in. When I go to this account, it has an older password, so I need to update. When I go to this account, I get to this page, which has a tab for installing Office 2016. Now, I really emphasize that importance of installing Office on your computer. These online apps are not going to allow you to save in the proper formats so that assignments will be read by Blackboard, and it's not going to allow me to comment on your papers in the way that they need to be commented on. So you need to install. Now I already have the software on here, but when you click install, something like this will pop up, and you'll just need to follow all the prompts. They have the directions here, and you'll get all of this software for free. You can use this on up to 5 devices, so that could work on an iPad, or it could work on a laptop, on a desktop, on a Samsung Galaxy tablet. I mean, on basically any device. You can even use them on your phone. You can download this to your phone, although I don't recommend trying to type on your phone, type papers on your phone. I've had a few students do that, and the formatting is just impossible. So this is the first thing I want you to do. I want you to install Office 2016. Now, the next tab is, of course, the Blackboard tab. So we're going to have to go out of there again. And there's the Blackboard tab down here. You can see where my cursor is kind of circling. We click on that, and if we're logged in, it'll take us directly to our courses. Our courses appear over here. And the English 1302 Winter Mini Course, I'm clicking on that now. Again, this is the Winter Mini Course that I'm showing you, but it'll apply to future English 1302 online courses that I teach as well. So this video will be, even though it's this section, this video will be shown for those other sections as well. So the first thing is the home page. On the home page you have your announcements. Here I will post announcements from time to time, updating information, checking in with you all. I'll post updated lectures sometimes. Here, most of the types of lectures I will post here will be things relating to MLA format. I will leave the content lectures for content. Content is your other section, and here let's go ahead and put this on student view so you can see this. Now, I haven't populated all the content yet here, but you notice this is structured under content. It's just going step by step all the way down. So you'll work in order all the way down to the final exam, which you submit here. And the due dates are in each assignment, the ones that have major due dates. So you have the syllabus, which you need to download and print and read. You have this document that you need to download and print and read. Then there's a lecture video where I talk about this document, and another one by a writer called Ezra Pound. Then there will be more lecture videos like that built into here. And then there's a reading quiz, and the second reading quiz for the fiction section. You're supposed to read section 1 and section 6, the literature textbook, to take this quiz. And then there's a discussion board, and it's very important to use the discussion boards. These are graded assignments, so you can't skip over them. You have to participate in them. And then you have the essay 1 prompt. This is just the prompt. You actually have a second block to submit the essay to, and this is where you would submit the essay. So when you get ready to submit, you would open this up, you would have your paper typed, you will select browse my computer, and you'll look through your computer files for where you saved the essay, and you'll attach it. Do not use the write submission. I do not want you to write the submission in the text box. I want you to type it in Microsoft Word. So that is the basics of the class's structure. You'll work from top to bottom as the semester progresses, and each little section is set up pretty much the same way. And it's pretty straightforward. It's not that difficult to follow. And again, there'll be more lecture videos that I embed in here as I make them. In fact, this lecture video will be embedded before the syllabus as well, even though you'll probably receive it as an announcement. Okay, so now some of the other basics. In an English class, we use something called MLA format. So if you haven't had to use MLA format before, I'm going to go over that quickly with you. This is a great resource for you, Al at Purdue. It's the online writing lab, and it basically acts like a handbook for free. And if you type in Al at Purdue MLA, it'll bring you to this page where you have a sample paper. And so this shows you what a paper should look like in MLA format. You can download and print this so you have it as a model. It shows you how to do longer quotes, shorter quotes, how your citations should be set up. All those things are shown in this document. How your works cited should be shown, set up. All of that is shown in this document. But I'm also going to show you some of the basics real quick here. So you can open a Microsoft Office document, and you can select a blank document. Now you're going to want to go in and change the font. Make sure it's a 12-point font. Make sure it's Garamond or Times New Roman. And you're going to want to set that as your default for all documents based on the normal template. Then you're going to want to go to paragraph, and you're going to want to make sure that your paragraph spacing is 0, 0, and that your line spacing is double. And you're going to set that as your default for all documents on a normal template. And that way you don't have to worry about it the rest of the semester. Then over here you see how I have the rulers. If you want to have the rulers set up, you simply go to View and you click on Ruler, and you see how that takes them off or puts them on. You need the ruler because you need to double click across it and put in your header. Your header is very simply the page number, which you should be seeing how I'm getting to right now. Let me show that to you again real quick. Top of page. Okay, and then you type your last name. And that's all that appears in the header. Then you double click back down here and you set up what's called the heading. And that's your name your instructor's title and name, the course number, and the date, and you write the date in this format. And then you space down twice and you title your paper. Space down twice again, and you start typing your paper in all paragraphs. Again with an indent. You know, you start doing all that. Now, you have a very specific thing you will be citing from, and that's this book right here. This is, you might not be able to see it very well on the video because the video of me is very small, but this is the textbook, the literature textbook, the 13th edition, and we have to cite this. So if we are just citing from the general textbook, we're going to go down and create a works cited entry. And that's a page that appears on its own. We're going to type in works cited. And then for the general textbook, we need to put the editor's names, which are pretty clearly set on here. XJ Kennedy, so Kennedy, XJ, and Dana Joa, EDS's, and then we're going to put the title of the textbook. So the textbook itself is Literature An Introduction to Fiction, Poetry, Drama, and Writing. Then I'm going to check out at Purdue, and it gives me some guidelines here. So I have the editors and authors. I have the title of the source. I don't need a title of container because the source is the container. There aren't other contributors I need to cite right now, but I do need the version. And the version, this is the 13th edition. And then I look at this again, and I need the publisher. I don't have a separate number, so I need the publisher, which this book is published by Pearson. And then I need the publication date, which is 2016. And the location, in this case, it means what medium is it? Is it print or is it web? So that's the basics of this citation. It's pretty simple. You got to also go up here and put your cursor back there and drag this over to set up a hanging indent. Now that I have this citation for the general book, I can cite specific things in this textbook because there are stories and poems and plays in here that are written by other authors than X.J. Kennedy and Dana Joa. So let's say I wanted to cite Franz Kafka's story that's in here, The Metamorphoses. All I would have to do that is I would have to find the beginning of the story, and I would type Kafka Franz the metamorphoses or metamorphosis, and then I would put literature. .308 to 338 print. And then let's say I wanted to quote from a poem, William Butler Yeats, Who Goes with Fergus. I would put Yeats, William Butler, Who Goes with Fergus, literature, .772 print. And the same thing would be true for the plays themselves for their citations. So because each of your papers are requiring multiple citations, this is the structure. You need to have a citation for the whole book, and then you have these individual citations underneath that show that this is coming from that book. But they don't require all the same information. Now you do have the reading from Northrop Frye, and that is simply Frye, Northrop, the educated imagination, and then we need to check who published it. It's the University of Indiana, and the copyright is 1955, it looks like, or 1964, Indiana University Press. So we would put Indiana University Press, (1964), and even though this is appearing on the web, it's a scan of the actual book. So the book, you would put print. And that is your citations. Now you would also want these citations to be alphabetical. So you would copy that and put it ahead of this. So that's the basics of citation, a works cited page, and setting up your MLA format. You want to save your document as a docx, which is what I'm doing right now. And that's it. That's all I have for this lecture video for today. I hope that you found the information helpful. This will be information that you use throughout the semester to help you set up your papers and to cite appropriately. I look forward to working with you this semester, and I hope we can learn a lot together.